Let's go.
All right, can we hear me? Logical, what up, man? You there?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man? So listen, right? Today, or Sean, what up, man? The lioness, videography, appreciate it. Boy, you really know how to title. Oh, let me turn the comments on for you. You know something, right? One thing about me is that I am extremely back and forth where I don't completely bash women, even if they're wrong. Even if they're wrong, I try not to, right? Even when they be saying some wild shit. So today we're gonna be talking about women don't care about your struggle. They hang out at the finish line and they fuck the winners. Right? Before we get started, right? I have my brother with me, Logical MOG. He's currently with us. How you doing, man?
What's up, man? What's up, man?
All right. So listen, Chaotic, what up, man? Everyone that's here so far, hopefully there's gonna be more people in the description. Well, let me just put it right now. If you could follow him, subscribe to his channel. That is a favor from because I'm gonna be start bringing on people that I appreciate. And I believe Arshawn, you'll find a lot. You and him will probably have a lot in common as far as content goes. Let me just put that there. That's his YouTube channel. So you can just subscribe to his channel. I'll give you a moment. Do that, please. Anya, what up? Anya, I do appreciate you. Anya, take a moment, please. Take a moment. Only pretty women wait at the finish line. Chaotic, I think this man. Can you see the comments?
No, I can't.
You can't see the comments? All right, hold on. Are you using your phone or a computer?
I'm actually using a tablet.
Tablet? Okay, don't worry about it. Okay. Manuel, what up, man? Yeah, prenup is always important. But listen, Manuel, if you could as well, you appreciate my brother's content as well. I just posted his it's in the description as well. But I just posted his link. If you could go to his YouTube channel, subscribe, that will actually mean a lot to me. How you doing? Hopefully we could collab a little bit more. Sean, I do appreciate you watching. This is gonna be a dope stream. Chaotic Truth, Chaotic. Now this brother Chaotic, listen, man, I'm proud of you, nigga. I am proud of you. I'm really proud of you because he's very controversial. I think he's more controversial than me. I don't know, but he is definitely growing his platform. You should check him out as well. And the thing I like about Chaotic Truth, even though Chaotic is growing, he still gives me an opportunity to come by his platform anytime. I could DM him. He don't act brand new, you know. So, then we have Inya, a few other people as well. Aaron, what up, man? Aaron, you gonna be up for a while, brother? Definitely to try to get you in here as well. But listen, what we're talking about. If you don't mind, before we start, tell us about your channel.
My channel is centered around brothers who basically like and basically are encaptured in like understanding God, the biblical aspects of God, but not in the quote unquote PC way, the real way the word was pretty much taught in a sense, and using that to open up, guys who specifically Black men too, who are like really focused on women and how the pitfalls of focusing on women, especially in America, is very destructive to your ambitions in life, and the things that can go along with you not focusing on what you need to focus on. And if you don't focus on those things, the outcomes that you have, especially the stories we have, the internet age, yeah, it's not good.
No, it's not. No, it's definitely not. You notice how when they remove God from almost everything in America, mass shootings went up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's the reason. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying, I just noticed mass shooting went up. Baby mamas running rapid. Baby mamas go run wild. More and more we have those. Black men are having less children. Black men are choosing just to be like, I'll take the napkin. Black men say, listen, I'll take the napkin over a woman.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's definitely crazy. And for men to really, juggle that, I'm not saying be over religious, stuff like that, but just understand some concepts of how to move better in this world of craziness. Because it's only going to get more crazy. People think it's going to get better. It's not. It's, to me, it's only getting, as the boomers, the 50s, 60s, 70s, as they pass on, we're gonna be left with babies that's 2000s and up, and it's gonna get real.
Do you know that the next wave of intelligence, as far as the wisdom of a grandmother and so forth, is a Cardi B? It's the Cardi B's.
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
The next I don't want to say use his name, but the next whatever. When was the last time we had a Martin Luther King? Or anything remotely similar, something even somewhat close, that know how to protest and actually get a lot of Black people together in peace.
It's tough, man, because our culture is not the same. And in the 60s, the 50s, our culture was totally different. I mean, 90% marriage, rate. I mean, that's totally different culture now. Totally different dynamics. Everything is nah. So if you don't have that, see, that's the seasoning. If you don't have that, that's the foundation of what built, the Martin Luther King, the Malcolm X's. We don't have that foundation to build those type of people in mass. Because even if you had a person like you said, a Malcolm X or Martin Luther, he wouldn't be able to garner the people that he would need to create a movement. And
I
what we
think he'll
get
be
now,
canceled.
yeah, he'll get canceled. And what you'll get is a BLM, something that's more orchestrated than anything.
Probably Malcolm X will be more pushed on due to, I mean, let's face it, what we've been seeing so far, anything that's violent. Where's Antifa? When was the last time you heard of them?
That's true.
Where are they? They're gonna come back. I guarantee they're gonna come back around during if if a Republican become president. But anyone that just tuned in, Primal Studies, hey, what up, man? I'm pretty sure, I think Inya probably sent you. I do appreciate it's not just women, the world at large doesn't care about individual struggles. Man, no. But I like the title shit just to, if you look at my thumbnail or you read my title, and that makes you not want to watch the channel, you have no idea what it's going to be about. right? Now that may be similar because we do know that I don't believe a woman should. Am I too loud? Am I too loud? Can you hear me?
You're good to me.
Oh, you good? Okay, I'm not too loud, right?
Man, you're fine to me.
Okay, because sometimes I'll be looking back like, damn, why was I yelling? I don't believe a woman should, even in the animal kingdom, the woman only the thank you, I appreciate studies. Only the alpha is able to mate. The men that's not alpha, those animals be jerking off. I don't know what the fuck they be doing, but they don't. They eat last. The non-alphas eat last. I'm not saying men have to be alpha, but and even with the animal kingdom, the non-alpha he gets laid last, or at all. He eats the leftovers after the children eat.
Yeah.
Jason, what up, man? Appreciate you. Appreciate everyone coming on. If y'all could listen, I dropped his link. Let me do it again. Hold up. Go to his YouTube channel. If you even kind of somewhat like what I'm doing here, go to his YouTube channel, subscribe. If you like his content, subscribe. I think you would. I do, so I think you would as well. So before we get into the actual topic, well, I want you to explain because my wife is not from this country. She's from Colombia. I've dated multiple black women. I dated a lot of them. Someone was an asshole, but there was a good amount of ones that actually try to be a stepfather and stuff like that. And it just didn't work out. Now I have the same personality. I dated someone that's not from this country, and things work out going on 8 years, married. We got married in 90 days. So why is there such a big difference? I know I'm an asshole. I know she's, but I'm the same type of guy. So, but let's get into something before we get into that. We do have something breaking. You don't get disgusted easily, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, do you get disgusted? Oh, you don't throw up and all that shit? You probably will. A German man reportedly has rotten nose after testing positive for monkeypox, syphilis, and HIV. Oh shit! I'm itching. God, oh God! I gotta close my eyes while I'm doing this. You can start off. What's your take on that?
I want to know how he contracted it, but for you to get this type of disease, for you to get it seems like he was, going down there, muff diving, because for him to get all three, you had to go down there. You had to do something to get all three, because for it to get on your nose, that don't make sense. That don't make sense. I'm looking at his nose. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Jason, what up, man? All right, well, hold on. I dropped the YouTube link. Drop the YouTube StreamYard link. Facebook StreamYard is trash. Yeah, really? I think I'll pull. I think I'll. I don't know what you really mean. Am I gonna? You want me to drop the YouTube? Drop the YouTube. Oh, drop the YouTube link inside Facebook. Okay, I'll do that one moment. I'm sorry, Anya, you're cooking. Man, it really gets to a point where y'all gotta start using condoms. Like, I'm not in my. I understand the monkeypox is something, but syphilis and HIV is something that enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. Where? Oh, let me get this shit off this. How you move this? Let me know, the people in the comments. What do y'all think of this? Am I the?
This is bad.
Huh?
This is bad, man. But to be honest, if this happens to you, I mean, your outlook on life got to be bleak, man. After this, yeah, man, this is bad.
Yeah, I don't fucking get it. It's disgusting. It's nasty. I don't understand it. I'm not sure why that's happening. I mean, I try to have a Discord about it, but it's just I feel fucking itchy. That's the no. But no, too, I think that the importance of wearing a condom. Seriously.
Okay.
How are you doing all these weird things with strangers? That's not tested.
Yeah, yeah, that's nasty, man. But that's part of why dudes. I can guarantee. I'm not gonna say I can guarantee, but it's a high likelihood this man don't have any type of faith, really, because you're not moving like that if you got some type of faith. You moving. That's what happens to dudes who they don't have any type of faith based system. They get out here doing willy nilly. That's what happens to them. You get syphilis on your nose. That's crazy. Crazy, man.
Oh man, when I seen that, I was just thinking like, damn, if I catch that shit, I can't go live.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
So, I came across your channel because, I am trying to spread the awareness. I'm hoping that, because women that's in other countries, they're very acceptable to men, and not all of them are stupid. They're not dumb, uneducated. They're not, they accept corny men. If you're corny, as long as you're in physical shape, you know how to hold some sort of decent conversation, somewhat Spanish or the language a little bit, they'll accept you and get to know you. They'll give you a shot. In America, shit, you gotta. Oh, so I gotta get this, I get that, and then by that time you had 30 bodies on you already. How did that happen? If you could explain to me the video that I came across, if you could just elaborate your experience as far as that.
Okay, which one did you come across? The one with me talking about not dating black women?
Yeah.
Okay, for that video, okay, I'm referring to a lot of brothers in America, especially moving forward. So, because the past is the past. Whatever happened, it's happened. I'm thinking more so futuristic projection type. So, in the future, especially if you are not a thug or have some type of thug archetype, or if you are not a black man that's trying to be white in his credentials, or just trying to basically mimic the white man in some way, or have a bunch of money, you are in a particular space like where black women don't see you as they should, and if they only see you, it's only for short term intercourse, like relations, sexual relations. It's not for a real interaction to understand who you are as a person. Because as a black man, if you bring any type of leadership, any type of standard, I mean, any type of standard, it don't matter how small, how large, the average black woman, now if she's not, if she doesn't, she capitulates to these other things, then you're gonna be cool, you're gonna be good. But she's not average. The average black woman, she's gonna immediately turn tail and run. To the point where it's gonna make you be like, it's something wrong with you. But it's really not, because at the end of the day, you're just doing what you're supposed to do. And these other races of women in America, be it outside the country, wherever, they are way more receptive, 10 times more receptive to you having quote unquote, quirkiness or whatever the case may be. They're 10 times more receptive to that. So it's crazy. In the modern day, moving forward, if you're a black man, you dating, this really applies to all men in America, but to me personally, anything that happens in America happens to the black man basically on steroids. So when you in America, the culture in dating is really, it's a bad situation. For American men, black men, the situation is basically nuclear. So I would advise all black men, and from that video that I made, which was basically, look, if you are this type of individual, you have to start thinking about dating outside of your race. I know a lot of black men aren't comfortable with that, because it's something that's new to a lot of us. But for me, I personally believe that this is not something that I think you need to really take a look at it, because we are going into a globalist type of society where we have technology, we have these different, innovations that's coming along, and the black man and black people in general aren't really utilizing it to the degree that they need to. Like, we're talking on StreamYard, and you're wherever you are, I'm wherever I'm at. These type of technologies we need to be using at its most optimum level, because we are first world people. But we don't even use it like we need to as a community. A lot of people don't even know what StreamYard is, stuff like that. So these are things that I'm telling brothers, listen, if you serious about life and you serious about making changes, you young, no matter what your age group, you need to start basically innovating your dating pool, how you date, how you move in life. Because if you don't, a lot of brothers are going to get stuck in an old system that's basically getting, cast to the side. They playing 90s basketball while while everybody else playing, shooting the 3-pointer. It's a different style, it's a different play. And if you don't change, like I said, the outlook on life is going to be very bleak for you. Divorce court, child support, you name it, the gambit's going to be thrown at you, and it's not going to be no escape.
So let me ask you, right? Why do you choose to walk um in faith? Why do you choose to walk, in faith with God in 2022? Because we know men are not in the churches anymore.
Oh yeah, true.
I believe, before we answer that, I'm sorry. I
Mhm.
believe men are not in the church because men are tired of tithing.
Mm.
Meaning that, did you see that pastor in Brooklyn that got robbed while he was live?
Ah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have him. He's trying to do celebrity boxing, $1 million and stuff like that. And he's in Brooklyn. I'm in New York City, so
Yeah,
the area he's in is very poor. Then you got TD Jakes private jet. You got all these pastors that have, but it's like, no, we ain't doing this. I believe that's why men are no longer in the church, because you have pastors that's preaching. Most of the pastors that's really major, like really big, except for Charles Stanley, I believe, they're full of shit. Their message is great. It's pandering.
yeah,
They take scripture that they can take out the Bible and feed it to the people to make them feel good.
yeah.
And most
I
of that
agree with that.
money, I don't believe it goes to the people. But you can speak.
For me, the reason I follow, the faith is beyond what people, the stereotypical church. It doesn't. It's to me, the following the Bible is not necessarily church based, especially in modern day. This isn't BC, AD, those days. This is a different day and age. But the reason why is because the foundation of the Bible stands the test of time, which is the laws, the statutes, and the commandments. These are just things that stand the test of time. No matter how much you try to deviate from it, you always come back to it, because there's something about how human beings interact with each other that if we don't have a foundation, things get real crazy real quick. Because without a moral compass, what is a human? I mean, what is a human without a moral compass? You're basically an animal. You're what are you? So you need something that's going to ground you in something that's going to put you in a good direction morally, that can actually be passed down, and that can actually be build upon, though. Like, you can build upon it. And I believe the Bible in its truest form, not these, charlatans and stuff like that, in its truest form, is a great foundation for any man that really wants to know the Bible in realistic terms, meaning that no PC. A lot of people have a lot of misnomers and misconceptions about the Bible, about what the Bible is. Like, they think you saying curse words and stuff like that's going to make you not go to heaven and things. It's childish stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because most people don't know the Bible in its true form. But when you really get into the Bible, it's a beautiful thing, and it actually helps you understand. Okay, this is why a lot of things are why they are. I understood from why America is the way it is now, which is why I don't get too upset, because I mean, it is what it is. I understand from a faith perspective. Okay, it is what it is. Let's make different plays. I got faith. I understood what's going on. I thank God every day for allowing me to have the mentality that I have, to even talk about the things that we talk about against all opposition. Because in America, like you said, Andrew Tate just got axed. You can't have an opinion as a man in these type of times that we living in. So I believe the Bible gives a man a great, absolute booster pack of a foundation to sit upon.
Yeah, I mean, women can have their whole stream about men ain't shit, fuck them, abort their babies. They can do all that stuff, and
Yeah,
not just one stream, and you didn't catch it repeatedly. They can have long streams, and you see hundreds of black women, thousands, supporting this message. But then, they ask for protection. Black men don't protect black women. Y'all don't want us. Or the things that you do, like Brittany, Brittany Renner.
yeah.
She was recently on a podcast called a talk show called Tonight's Conversation. It's dope. A guy named Ace runs it, right? He runs he's one of them. And Brittany Renner was saying that she felt a certain way, like she felt really down when what's his name? TJ Washington? Is that the baby father?
PJ? Yeah.
Yeah. When he didn't come out, PJ or TJ?
PJ.
PJ, when he didn't come out and defend her, when people were spreading rumors, false rumors about her. And I was thinking to myself, is like, but why would those type of men don't come out to defend you when you all you doing is talking about sexual pussy? What man wants to be in the light of that, right?
Yeah.
And then she said that she feel like she wants to be protected. But how can a man come out and protect you and all you display is sexual stuff? It's weird shit.
Yeah, that's a once again to me those type of situations can be easily avoided if you understand certain things about life. Not dealing with a thought. That's a huge. Today, that's really one of the biggest detriments to young black men is the thought. Like that's going to get you caught up so easily because of her like ease of access. I'm pretty sure PJ when he was in college, I forgot, I think he went to Kentucky or whatever. When he was in college, brand new freshman, he see her on campus. She's a thought. He gets the ease of access. It blows his world, So it's to him, this is revolutionary to him. To get that type of access to do the sexual escapade she's probably doing to him, getting him out the way. For my brothers who know what that is, y'all know what that means. Getting him out the way to the maximum. He's feeling great. He's feeling good. He man on campus, getting out the way every night. He feeling good. Now you take that same mentality to the league. She's doing everything, and you got money now too. I mean, everything is just on the a maximum scale. And this is why dealing with those type of women, understanding who that type of woman is before you even have a conversation, to me is extremely important. But when you see stuff like that take place, all you can do as a man is you have to like it's like studying. You have to study. Okay, these type of people are doing this. If you don't, life is not just academics. A lot of people go to college to get in the books. It's a multitude of things that affect you of your where you're gonna end up at the end of life. Some dudes was great in college, homeless. I know a dude I saw, where I live at in the DMV area, outside of a metro station. Dude telling me he got a PhD from Yale, but he homeless. And because life throws situations at you, be via woman, via people, friends, family, whoever, whatever the case may be. How you manage those things, like they're not teaching you how to manage that in college and high school. How to manage women, like that's literally one of the most important things you can deal with in life as a man. Is the woman. She's expensive. You can't. Most men think women are in it. They're the most expensive thing on the planet. And if you don't know how to manage that, they tell you how to manage stocks and bonds and crypto. But if you don't know how to manage the woman, you're still lost. You need classes like that. But today we have pickup artists, stuff like that. That's not really helping you out here to really understand how to manage the woman. That goes back to the Bible, talking about life lessons. And in today's age, this is the beautiful thing. We have the ability to have discussions like this where it's live. People can see us talking and get information that they themselves didn't have to go through. And back in the day, didn't have that. You didn't have somebody telling you, unless they was in your vicinity, right there with you. Oh, don't do this, don't do that. And you can take similarities from it, which I think is a beautiful thing, today. So a lot of men, if they pay attention to stuff like this, I believe they're going to be good in the long term.
Sorry, you get me now, right? Okay. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Let me see. So yeah, Mr. Rucker, what up, man? Mr. Rucker, you probably want to network with this gentleman here, Logical, because he is we have very similar thoughts. We just have different ways of expressing ourselves. So I think you'll be interested in bringing on your show as well. Feel free to reach out to him. Your email is the best how to reach out to you, right?
Yeah.
That's the best way. Yeah. So reach out to him through his email. School should have Twitter about prenup. And Mr. Rucker is highly favored, and he extremely believes in prenups. He doesn't care. He thinks you should sign a prenup before you learn how to breathe. Before you learn how to walk, you should learn about a prenup. You know?
Mhm.
So that's pretty much it. But anyone that's watching, listen, go to my main YouTube channel. I appreciate if you could go to YouTube channel so I get a little bit of more views because I think everyone's everywhere. And I will like that's just for people to get to know me that's not subscribed. But if you are, if you know my content, everyone come to the main YouTube channel. I appreciate that if you could do that. Um, let's get into some questions, right? I got some shit to talk about. So I do wonder why, right? So you do believe that at one point in time, black woman or American woman, I think this mainly applies to black woman because the reason why I'm using black woman because most black men date black women, right?
Yeah.
That's that's our area. That's where we at. So why do you think now that at one point, American black women they view the men as a selectable mate? Yeah, I would having children for him will bring out the best in the family, right? But now you see that a lot of the black American women they don't view a lot of these men as the selectable mate. What they say all the time, what they want the top. Like they want the top though, six figures, they want the top. So it's like all these men that's not selectable. Why do you what change? What do you think?
For me, the black woman in America, she is like the vanguard. She's the leader of basically she's the white woman's dog to put it in layman's terms to get not get too critical. The white woman with the feminist movement uses the black woman's ability to garner energy. Like you have the Cardi B's, the Megan Thee Stallions, the City Girls, Hot Girl Summers. Those energies is what the feminist movement needed to push and cultivate the mentality to have women think I am even getting a top 1% man or nothing else. And you needed that. But that's why the black woman, modern day black woman, is so fast. Everything is centered around the white society. That's why they do the wigs. That's why they do the makeup. That's why they do the weave. Because everything is about competing with this white woman for this white man. The black woman secretly wants the white man, and she will do whatever because she's competing with the white woman to have this white man. On average, not all black women. All right, I got to say that now because but on average, okay. And it's unfortunate that a lot of our women they don't see because that's another thing. Women in general have a very difficult time on average to see and be able to look into the future and understand the ramifications of present day actions on futuristic events. So the modern day woman, they're not really thinking about how that's going to affect them 20 years from now. They're just thinking we're having hot girl summers, we turning up, we doing what we want to do. And this affects everything in a way that it's like a domino. But they really encapsulated with the white man. Like everything comes back to the white man. You could be talking about anything, and they're gonna find a way to bring it back to the white man. Like the comment section of the video that you're referring to, I'm talking about what I'm talking about, and they're bringing it back to the white man. And I'm like, what did this have to do with the white man? Why are you bringing him up? Well, the white man don't talk about black women. Why would I, as a black man, care what this white man does? You're bringing everything back to this person who y'all say y'all want black leaders. It's hard. The fact that you do what you're doing, all the brothers that do what we do, get on YouTube, other platforms, talk about the things we talk about, understanding how difficult it is because of the backlash going up against basically our opposition of our own race. There's no weak men doing what we do. There's nothing that you're doing that is considered weak. Actually, this will be considered in other cultures, you will be considered a leader. Like, oh, this is leadership. This is a man who knows what's going on. He's doing things and he's putting it out there. He's unabashed. He's going out there. He's saying what he needs to say. But the black woman goes, oh no, you're attacking me because we live in a matriarchal society with the black woman. You're attacking me. I really want this white man to validate me. Because it all goes back to validation. Why is black girls wearing weave? Like think about it. Why are they wearing weave? For what purpose? If the black man tells you he don't like weave, why are you still wearing weave? because you're, and what mind you, what hair texture is it? It's not, it's not your natural hair that you're, it's not like you going from cornrows to a fake big afro. You're going from cornrows to, you know, long Pocahontas type white people, you know, German locks. That's not what we're asking for. You're looking to, the modern black woman has an identity crisis, and they play that out on the modern black man. So the black man has to make a decision. Um, if you're going to deal with these women that want a 1% type dude, but they're not even really living in like reality, if you're going to chase after this, you have to understand everything that comes with this woman. And like I said before, they don't teach you how to deal with women when that's the most expensive thing in the world. And now you in America, which is the most expensive country in the world, everything's on steroids. So if you fail with the woman in America, it's game over.
Yeah, I was really thinking about this. This question came to me when I was trying to prepare for this live.
Mm.
Whenever I'm looking down, just set on notifications, just so you know. The reasoning with Roscoe. What up, man? Appreciate you coming on here. You know what I mean? Appreciate you. I know your time is very valuable, so I'm gonna try to get some reactionness in while you're still here. I appreciate you, Mr. Rucker. I appreciate you staying in, man. I know not everyone has time like that. You know, you just in and out passing. I was trying to find this picture, but a lot of the conversations, just general conversations that we be having, um, the white man name is it always find a way to come up. Always the white, but what about white? And I'm be looking like, even with this whole thing that's happening now, everything's blaming the white people, or just we're having a conversation. And, you know, men do it too sometimes. I will have this conversation about, you know, the violence, and then what? Racial stigmas, you know, racism and blah blah. It's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm talking about your bastard child went out there and shot someone. That wasn't
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't racism. We're talking about you. So, um, give me
That's a,
one
that's a
moment. Yeah,
that's a
go ahead.
key. That's definitely a key in the black community. A lot of, because a lot of men haven't been born with no fathers, and our whole culture is basically fatherless. Um, they don't understand accountability, to the degree that it needs to be understood. I mean, if they do have some in them, it's not to the necessary amount that it needs to be, you know. And when you start saying being accountable, everything is basically, it's no excuses. Why are you blaming other people? I don't care. This is me personally. I don't want to put this on anybody else, but I don't care what white people do or don't do. We live in America. And once you understand you live in America, none of these things matter. 99% of the things that you think, you know, are affecting you are just really in your head. You live in an economy that's, you can make money in the blink of an eye, you know, and you don't need to focus on anything. It's basically a class system. And because I want to keep bringing up global economy, because that's what we're in today. No longer is your economy focused on just your country. So this video right here, somebody in Brazil, if they found out about this page on this YouTube, somebody in Brazil could watch this. And somebody, if they can speak English, they can listen to it. Somebody in Germany could watch this. So the economies are open. So you don't need to be worried about, and America has all the technology, all the innovation, all the resources to take advantage of these things. And instead of taking advantage of these things, black men and black women are focused on things that don't matter. But particularly, I don't even like really blaming black women to the degree, because I already understand their lost causes on average. Like, it's nothing I can do about that. But the man in general is more reasonable. Even if he didn't have his father, he still has the energy of a man. You can talk to him in some type of reasoning. If you talk to him in his language, meaning, like, for instance, if he a street guy, if you talk to him in his lingo, he might be able to go, you know what, okay, that makes sense. Or, you know, okay, I kind of make sense. Let me change my ways. Let me do this. Let me do that. So we need to focus more so on how to move forward, because in my opinion, it's America is over when it comes to dating. Black women don't understand, they've already lost. And it's not going to be present day. They're gonna have their hot girl summers. They're gonna do whatever they do. Okay, who cares? But long term, America is. If I'm a guy out here, I want to get out of America because of the things that's about to happen to America. America's a bubble. A lot of people think America is going to always be at the top. These things is like an ebb and flow. So it's a chart. It's like a stock. It goes up, it goes down. When you have your crashes, you have your pumps. It's not going to always be at the top. And with if all the men, like you say, a lot of dudes are getting their passports. A lot of men are waking up. If this trend keeps trending upwards, which I believe it will, they're going to leave the country, and those resources they're going to take with them. And these resources, these men are not only a labor force, but they also bring in their money with them, and they're also creating more populations overseas in these other countries, and they're also making better economies in these other countries and these other places. While the country that they're coming from is going to be declining because the men are not there. You're going to have a bunch of people that's lazy, not wanting to work, more crime, and you're going to see a deterioration of the society. And you have to understand this stuff now. You can't understand this stuff when it's happening. That's why I said my channel is about telling dudes what's going on in a way that they understand it, because a lot of dudes not going to understand what I just said. They're going to understand it when you bring the woman involved. When you bring that woman, a lot of dudes are like, what? That shorty not trying to let me smash because of this, and this? You're like, no, you got to focus on. I know you focus on this right now, but I'm gonna give you the crumbs so you can follow the crumbs, and then we're gonna get you to point A to point B so that you can go. Okay, now I understand why I need to leave America, because we live in a digital age. Like I tell the brothers all the time, they laugh at me when I say this. I'd rather have 80,000 outside the country than $3 million in America, just because of how the environment is. If you have $3 million in America, especially as a black man, the enemies that you get, the envy, the hate, the culture in itself, they're gonna eat you alive. You're not a celebrity. You're a regular person still. So these things, when you out here in the regular world doing whatever, they're gonna eat you alive. If you get married as a millionaire, I know your man wants to get prenups, but this is why I say I think about the future. That's right now. What about in the future? They do some Roe v. Wade type stuff, where they like, hey, we revoke no more prenups, because we're going into a matriarchal society, which means everything is basically leaning towards woman's ideology, woman's benefits. If the woman says it don't benefit us for them to be able to get prenups, we need to change that immediately. And we're gonna have, like, we haven't even had a female president yet, guy. Like, what happens when that happens? Like, things can really it's only going to get worse. That's why big brothers got to really understand. It's only getting worse. It's not getting any better. So whatever you think is bad right now, it's going to get worse. So there's no get out the country. I'm not even worried about I'm not even dating in America. Like the guy Austin Hollerman, that's his name.
Say again, who?
Austin Hollerman. I don't know how you say his last
name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even. Yeah, the travel. I'm not even dating in America. Why would you? To me, if you dating in America, you must not like life, because at the end of the day, you know what it is. Especially at this point, I made a video called "If You Accept Today, You Were Always Born to Be a Simp." Because in this day and age, with all this information, you have so much information. Anything that you want to know, you can find out via YouTube. Not even going on Google, just YouTube alone. There's a video tell you how to do it, step 1 through 20. Or you want to know how to do this? Step 1 through 20. You want to know how to do it? There's a video for it. You don't even have to go to college necessarily. I mean, we understand why people go to college, but
yeah,
just for the point of it. So in general, I'm telling brothers, listen, we're in an internet age. You have to take advantage of what this is. You don't have to, your demographics, your business plan, your whole business model. Don't even have to. You can make up a corny business model with a corny T-shirt, whatever you think is corny in your mind, but the world will be more receptive to it, because in your world, your first world, everything in the first world is amazing. People don't really understand that. Even us doing this is considered luxury, So it's such a big deal. You have to capitalize on that, because in the global economy, the global dating market, the global economy, all these things are very important. And if you are a 1% man on Earth, not in America, on Earth, and you're not capitalizing on what you are, you're selling yourself short. That's why I see brothers all the time. They're getting married to BB Dubs. No offense to them. I'm like, bro, you selling yourself so short, man. You have no idea how short you're selling yourself. When you know you got a Colombian wife, you know what it's like. You know what it's like. So that's my comments on that, man.
I get Italia. Listen, I hope you feeling better. You feeling better? Are
Yeah,
you
yeah.
feeling better? If women keep listening to Cynthia G, they will be reinforced. You know, I'm surprised she's not kicked off the internet. I mean, because she actually does hate speech. Like the things that she says, I don't like to repeat on my own stream, but with the thing that she says to do to black babies, that's hate speech because of his color. So she says something like black babies are the ones that cause the most harm to the
Really?
woman's body. She's
What?
whew, yeah, she's really, really off. But now you say you don't believe that women take accountability, right?
On average, yeah. If she
Okay.
does, she's an above average woman, meaning she's something that most men would want. You would want something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if she does, most men would go, oh, she takes accountability. So it's gonna be harder to get that type of woman because more men will like that type of woman.
Well, oh yeah, you said you can't see the comments. I'm sorry. I'm reading the comments without you saying, heck no, I contacted the virus, got the oh really? Let me see. So Talia, is this similar to what you have? Let me see. Wait, what is it? Let me know if this is similar to what you have. Is that what you caught? I'm just wondering. But let me play this short clip, okay? Let me see.
Are you ladies ready for your final challenge? All right, ladies.
Let's go.
That's right, ladies. Today, you will be taking accountability.
It's over with.
Hell no. Okay, all right. That's where I draw the line. Y'all doing way too much. Okay, you crazy? Who's taking action? I'ma head out. Okay. Good luck, ladies.
Is that pretty much accurate, or is that over exaggeration?
That's the truth, man. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. Yeah, that's what it is. If most women, if they see that, they're allergic to it, man.
You know, a lot of stuff that we're talking about, these YouTubers, I'm talking about the people that have been doing YouTube and like these skits and what's the thing called? What was the 10-second skit?
It's called a sketch. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, but it was like a Vine. Do
I'm
you
sorry,
remember Vine? Like 5 seconds or 10 seconds. Those people are like the OGs of social media, right? Because they were doing when there was no money. They're starting to catch on. Like that guy that was just there, he's like one of those. He was on Wild Now and so forth. They're catching on to women don't take account. They're starting to catch on the things that we're talking about. Because a lot of the stuff that we talk about, they don't really know about it because they're up there in the cloud.
Yeah, they're the top 1% in America. Yeah.
You know, so they're up there in the cloud, meaning that they're on a different level, they're doing different things. They don't really get this kind of content, you know. So I just thought that was kind of funny. Give me 1 second. Let me see something. Give me one moment, okay? Hold on 1 second. Yeah, man. Family's calling me. I'm like, yeah, you supposed to be watching me. The fuck? But what's your thoughts? What What is your thoughts on this, right? Women want to be desired and they dress for it, but then complain about being overly sexualized. I mean,
and this is okay, but I'm gonna say I might be controversial to a lot of men, but this is part of, like I said, if you understand the Bible and it's understanding the woman, and I gotta make sure I put my things ahead of it. The woman is like a child to the man. And it should be like that for a reason. To the man, she's like a child because he's responsible for her. The modern woman is like that, but on steroids. She's gonna say new things that make no sense. They're not gonna be connecting. So when I see women talk about, dressing, a certain type of way, like if you're a grown man, you know what it is. You know what it is. And they like the game. A lot of women in America, they like the game. That's why you have to run game in America. You gotta say the right things. You gotta swoon her, super off her feet type of stuff. But in reality, all that stuff is because the woman is a child. That's why you have to run game. It's very simple stuff. You don't have to, in other countries, as you can attest to, a game doesn't exist because these are women. They're feminine. Why would a woman want to play a game? That doesn't make any sense. So in America, because our women are childlike on average, you have to play a game with her. If you don't know how to play this game, you get rejected. And particularly if a black man, what you notice and what I've noticed when I come to talking about stuff I'm talking about, when you talk about being a grown men don't play games. This is one of the reasons why if the average black man is a grown man, he's not going to play a game with you. He's not going to play a game with, oh, I have to, text her at this time. To if I text her too early, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. These little dumb games, these childlike games, and it only gets worse as generations pass. What might be considered a game, in the '90s, is not considered a game. Like today, texting a woman today is, man, it's crazy texting these women today. You almost feel like you are talking to like a literal child. Texting them, and in America, because it's like you got to say, if you don't say the right words, they're gonna have you second guessing yourself, which is why a lot of brothers don't have confidence, when it comes to talking to women and stuff like that. So because they're second guessing their every action because you're dealing with a child who doesn't know. Children don't have accountability. When a child does something, they look at you and they say, and you go, they look at you like, what did I do? And you have to be the one who says, you did A, B, or C. Don't touch the stove because if you touch the stove, it's gonna burn your hand. Yet the child does what? They still touch the stove. The woman is a child on average. So when you understand that the woman is a child and you treat her accordingly, because this is how it's crazy. I know it sounds bizarre to a lot of men in America, but if you treat her like a child, you'll be surprised how much respect you get from her. When you say, listen, you can't do X, Y, and Z. And the other women of other cultures and other races and other countries, they are 10 times more receptive of you treating them like children. In fact, they would love for you to treat them like children because it allows them to be in their feminine. In America, the woman wants to play the game. And then once the game fails, and there's so many dudes playing with her, she doesn't care about the results. So this is why when it comes to the accountability aspect of the woman in America, I just tell dudes you got to treat them like children. And that's if you even dealing with them. If you want to deal with them at your own, discretion, deal with them with the precaution to understand you have to treat them like children. But respectfully, I'm using, like I said, I'm using the most basic terms. I don't want to use no super extra terms, but you got to treat them like children.
I'm on mute. I'm looking around like, wait, what's going on, man? My bad. Battalion, that picture with that was a nose. The nose is rotten from I don't want to go. Jesus, You know, I'm not dressing like a skank. I just modestly and respectful comments for being classy. Yeah, man. Titan, what up, man? Appreciate you coming here. Listen, in the description, in the description, I have our brother Logical MOG. He has a YouTube channel. Check him out. Subscribe to his channel. I will highly appreciate it. I'm gonna drop the link again. Give me one moment. Where is the link? Copy. This is gonna be his link. If you could just subscribe to it, I would highly appreciate it. That's the least I could do for people that come onto the channel. He's building his YouTube channel, and you'll find it very interesting. Man, these women are. This is something I did want to get into, right? So anyone that's watching, we are talking about women don't care about your struggle. They hang out at the finish line and they fuck the winners. Okay, that's what they do. If you're a loser, which is the typical average American black man, is fucking loser. As far as what's been displayed, right? They want the top elite man, the top elite man. So 6 figures and shit ain't happening, you know. But the question is, do that man want you? Now, the man doesn't. That man that you're seeking doesn't want you. That's why your internet saying complain about it. Now, us black men, we know black women don't want us. We know that. We have come to realization that, okay, they don't want us, or they want us, but they're not willing to have wife characteristics. Therefore, men are seeking outward to go outside the country. Hopefully, women start waking up. And to the women that complain, hey, you got to go outside the country to be, because you hear people complain about the travel bros, right? But y'all don't say nothing about the BBLs. Women will travel outside the country, get an illegal procedure to get stuff removed. And I'm gonna say this every stream because I feel like someone's gonna take it, which is good, but I want to know where it came from first. So women will go around getting an illegal procedure, having fat removed from one area to another area illegally. They be putting tires and they be putting all rubber, all kinds of stuff. Women will go overseas, pay for the flight, have it illegally done, come back on a wheelchair, right? On an airplane, sit weird. They'll do that for the BBL. But a man that says, okay, I'm 40 years old, 30 years old, got my shit together, I want to find a wife, and he traveled overseas, he's a loser because he spent money on a trip and he's going somewhere in a different environment. He's on vacation, basically. He's a loser for going somewhere to find a wife. But BBLs is okay.
This is a really good. It's a good topic because I believe personally, man, this is actually the funny thing that you brought up the BBL is because I literally was about to do a reaction video to 18-year-old girl on TikTok left her parents' crib, secretly went behind their back to the DR. I don't even know how she get money to go to the DR to go get a BBL, changed her entire body. And now she was dealing, giving it out. Now she got her OnlyFans. The way the mentality was just bizarre, but she was getting so much like applause for it on social media. It was crazy. But when it comes to the women that finished at the finish line and call the dudes, the losers. The funny thing about this, why I always in my channel, I'm really going to be a stickler for this is if you are an American man, you're a winner. It's that simple. It's not. I'm not trying to make it too. If you are an American man, you've already won. It's really that simple. And you've won at life. And the thing is, we let the modern, because now we're going into a global system. This is no longer just country to country. If this was the 90s, I would say, man, it'll be harder for you because we didn't have that foundation of how technology was going to be mixed in with the economies and all that type of stuff. But nowadays you can make YouTube. Like YouTube wasn't around in the 90s. Now you can do crypto, make passive income, things of this nature. And you already have a top 1% income. To get some stats out there, the average income on Earth is around $1,600 on Earth. It's $1,600 a year. The American makes on average between 35 and 45. So already, just on average, you make 45 times the global citizen on Earth. You're the top 1%. So when it comes to you as a man, now will most men explore this? I don't know. A lot of men don't understand that they're the top 1% on Earth in America. This goes across all cultures. It's not even just about the black man, but particularly for the black man, because we've been put at the bottom for so long. You are top 1%. There's nothing to, when a woman talks about you not making what, X, Y, and Z over there is making, at this point in time in the global marketplace, who cares? There's a dude right now. I know you probably heard of Zoom from Thailand, right? You heard of Zoom from Thailand?
Zoom from Thailand. Yep, and what he's doing.
Okay, so you heard of Zoom from Thailand. There's a guy. They had a video of a guy over there in Thailand, no job, basic job. I'm not gonna say he had no job. He was a tattoo artist, basic job. Had 8 wives. All of his wives were working. He had a mediocre job. And he had 8 wives. And he's a dude from Thailand that's not even making close. He's probably making close to maybe like $8,000-$10,000 a year over there. You're making 4 times that on average. Meaning, if you do anything above average, what are we talking about? You're a top 1% man on Earth. And he was doing well from over there because you can have a luxury condo apartment for $300 in Thailand. So he was doing well for himself comparatively for where he was at. Now you take yourself as a black man, making your money, stacking your money up, doing whatever you need to do, focusing for however long you need to focus, because everybody's situation is different. But you focus on what you need to focus on. And all of a sudden, you looking back and you're going, wow, every woman that you think, like, a lot of the reasons a lot of men in America, want the woman that's moving like this quote at the bottom, smashing the winners. This is just reality, but this is the sad truth. There's no way I can sugarcoat it. You're the top 1% on Earth. So what do you think happens when you go to Thailand? What do you think happens when you go to Colombia? You're smashing the girl that's smashing you. She wants a winner. It's just biological. But the difference is you are the winner. Now, unfortunately, in these other countries, it's a whole different dynamic. I can't really speak to them, but I can speak to the black men in America or brothers in the first world or any men in the first world. You are basically the winner in this scenario. This scenario applies to you on a global scale. When you travel to these countries, you are the winner. She's going to smash you. Once a woman messes with an American, she can never go back to her countryman. On average, she can't. How do you go back? I'm gonna use one of my stories that I like to use a lot. I'm talking to one of these girls in Brazil through WhatsApp, right? She makes on average about 160 to 170 a month, like $170 a month. And in her words, not mine, that's good money. Okay? In her words, that's good money. She's a bank teller. So if I go to Brazil, beautiful girl, if I go to Brazil where my money is 5 times and the exchange rates is getting higher because of inflation, whatever's happening in America when it comes to inflation, overseas, you actually are winning. In America, you may be losing a little bit, but overseas, your money is going longer. It was $5. It's about to go to $6 to Brazil, meaning $1 for 6. So now if I go over there and I'm changing her situation from making 170, which is a phone bill in America, to going over there and she dealing with me, her whole dynamic of her life changes within a snap of a finger. She can never go back to her local guy who makes, mind you, she said that was a good job. So I'm assuming a bad job would be $90 a month. You think she's going to go back to a $90 a month dude after dealing with an American, a 1% man on Earth? No, it's not possible. Let's be realistic. So this quote, I always say it's because the woman don't see past tomorrow. When you look past this 5, 10, 15 years, the outlook is going to be so bad. We don't even know how bad it's going to be because it's never happened before. Even it's going to be biblical. We've never seen this happen before, where this amount of women are going to be in dire situations. So, but on the keep it on, and if we talking about just America, I would tell brothers focus because you are top 1%. Go out, lead a country because these problems will never affect you. They're not going to affect you long term. These are just short term, short sighted things from the woman. She's going to smash the winner in America in her perspective. But if she understood that if I mess with him and we just lead the country, we're basically two top 1% people. So it's not even a big deal. What were we fighting for in the first place?
Now, see, this is I'm all about marriage, right? I'm not about going out and just having random sex. Now, you have to understand, it's just like America. If you're going over there, you're just trying to fuck. You will find there are women there, just like in America, will set you up. Okay, if you're going to live that life, now the woman that if you're looking for that marriage thing, you're gonna have to deal with their parents. It's a big difference when they're just trying to. You're not gonna meet the parents. You're gonna be dealing with their cousins, but there's a scheme that they do where they drug you, and it happens all the time. Just like in America, you go on one of these dates on these dating apps, and you try to take a woman out, they're gonna rob you before you even put the key in the car. So, you get what you're looking for. Yeah. But I think people that Austin Hallman, I butchered his name. Yeah, pay attention to him. Join his Facebook group. Zoom to Thailand. You can do some research and learn the language. Don't be stop. Don't be language. Don't be lazy. Learn. You can learn a little bit. Some similar. You don't. And they're gonna be Zoom to Thailand is gonna do something complete. As far as I understand, he's gonna have like some sort of escort, something like that. It's gonna be. Go to his channel if you want to know more about that, right?
But this is also a thing, though. Why have escorts when you can have multiple wives?
I mean, that's a whole new stream. That's a whole new stream. But I think that. And not just that, but the feminist movement, the projection of, trans men can give birth, just trans, your kid should be able to be trans. It's completely bonkers. And America, I love America. I'm not dissing America. Unfortunately, Black Americans are only motivated by entertainment. So because we know people like Ciara is paid millions of dollars to do twerking, even though she's married, and then you got all these young Black girls that's outside on regular street twerking. It's like, where did that come from? But what do you think about this? Right? Women don't want men to like other women pictures in relationships, right? Or look at women sexually. Like if a man is outside, a woman don't want her man looking at another woman sexually for the most part, right? But they themselves dress sexual on social media for other men to like.
What I see is the women in America want to be men. If you was a man, you would basically everything you said to me. If I just replace that with the word men, you'd be like, okay. But women want to be men, but like you played the video before, without that big word at the end. They want to be men without the accountability, which it's an oxymoronic. You can't be a man without accountability. You have to be held accountable as a man. It's part of your life.
Oh, give me one moment. Yeah, Tyler. Yeah, Tyler. Let's spread some love to the good woman. Yes, there's a lot of good women in America. The issue is that to weed through them is really like a needle in a haystack. That's really the problem. To find a good woman, to spend another year or two getting to know them, and then she's fucking your cousin, or you go through divorce. I mean, it's logical for men to go to countries where go to a country where the divorce rate is under 10%. Thailand's under 10%. I think Colombia is like 3%. America's over 40%. Why? 70% of women file for divorce. They start the divorce. Why would you marry? Listen, you can.
I'll tell you this.
Even people in divorce in church are getting divorced.
I think it's actually worse than what the statistics say, because those are from the boomers in the older generations in those statistics, meaning they still had the church, they still was going to church. Cardi B's and the Megan Thee Stallions of the world wasn't even around yet to the level. I mean, maybe Aretha Franklin was maybe their Cardi B. I don't know. RSPT wouldn't know the respect word. But at the end of the day, it wasn't to this level. So I believe personally that statistic is actually mislead. I think it's more. If we, like I said, but that's the past statistics. What about the projection? You know how when you go to a business meeting, they want those projections. What's the projections looking like? I think the projections of marriage is looking like 80% divorce. Because
I do believe it's a lot
the
higher.
woman, in her mind, she treats divorces like breakups. I'll just get another marriage. There's another son to marry me.
I don't even encourage men to get married in 2022.
It's
Not by the
for
state.
me, if a woman wants to get married, if a woman truly wants to get married in America, she will have to completely capitulate all things to the man. Meaning, if that man says we're going to go overseas, you have to go overseas, or you're not serious. To me, that's just me personally. You're not serious if you're not going to, because this is the man that you want to be the father of your children. If you want him to be the father of your children, that means you believe he's a leader, he's intelligent, all these things that we talk about. So why not follow him? If he tells you we're going overseas, we're going overseas. If you can't do that, you're not serious about marriage. To me, that is me personally, though.
No, I get you. So concerned with this question right here, right? Why is it that we do see a lot of women that are dressed naked online, basically naked, right? But in the same breath, they dress naked, they get attention from other men. Other men are liking their pictures, but they don't want their man liking other woman pictures or giving another woman attention.
I believe it's a huge insecurity. Women do not like competition. That's part of, they want to be men without the accountability. Men like competition. That's why we have sports. We play sports because we literally are doing something for the fun of it. We're competing for fun. Women don't compete for fun. That's not that concept doesn't even make sense on average. You have your butches, the ones that like the tall girl that's in I can't think. I always get her mixed up with Brittany Griner.
Grinder,
But
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about. So you have her, but those are a minute percentage. On average, the woman does not like competing, especially in the modern day. If everything was everything is so easy for the modern woman. When you have to compete against another woman for the thing that you want, it short circuits her, because it's like, this is not easy. This is not 1, 2, 3, and he's already trying to come to my crib and Netflix and chill. Then I can make him do whatever I want him to do because I put it on him good. When she can't just use that recipe because it worked so many times. It's like saying, Jake, perfect example. You watch sports, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
James Harden with his step back. It was working. It was working great. You couldn't stop it. But all of a sudden, this last season, it didn't work. So it didn't work out anymore. It looked bad. It's the same thing with the woman. When her step back doesn't work anymore, and she has to compete, it's like, whoa, it's not working. What's going on? You know what? Instead of me getting better and adding some extra to my game, she's instead of going the Harden route, which is hard to say, I'm gonna readjust my game. I'm gonna readjust how I'm gonna play the game. The woman goes the Westbrook route. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna blame everybody else. Either you're gonna do it the way I want it to be done, or I'm just gonna flirt and do other things. And this is why it's very dangerous with the modern woman. When she does stuff like this, it's because of her insecurities and not wanting to compete. If you have no problem competing, you don't care if this person is liking pictures or not, because you know your value. If you overseas talking to a shorty, you know what it is. Oh, you want to talk to the dude that's making 90 a month over me? Okay, that's not a problem. Why would you even get mad? You know what you are. You know your competition. You know what you bring. But that's the man's mentality. That's the man's hardware. When you bring the man's hardware and mentality and put it into the woman, it short circuits her. Immediately she goes, or you're liking other females' pictures, I can't compete. Especially if your woman is slacking off, she's not looking the best she can look, and this woman that you liking, obviously you liking her for a reason. She's going, oh, I can't compete with that. Mind you, like you said, they getting BBLs. That lets you understand how much the woman don't want to compete. That to the point where all the BBL is you basically losing weight and redistributing the weight. And now I think you know about Bam Kevo with his
the abs,
the abs, right? And this is why you notice the shift. Men are starting to do more female-like things.
even like the I think now is a big thing with the penis. They're getting the penis enlargement. It's like at a ridiculous rate. I'm like,
That's dangerous, man. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. But you know what? As a black man, I mean, we did have a monopoly on the market. So that does like that competition. When you can't compete, think about all the Asian men that over there with the they thinking, oh my God, I can get that. There's always going to be a consumer for certain type of things. If the Asian man, that's a problem. I'm not gonna lie. If the Asian man had a black man's utility, you know what I'm talking about? If he had his utility, that's a problem. Because Asian men are smart. Japanese people, they are intelligent. If they had the black man's utility belt, that's an issue. Just like if the black man had the Asian man mentality on app, it would be an issue. It's the same thing. But I don't know if there's no pill to get intelligence. You know what I'm saying? There's no.
It's the work, man.
It's the work.
You can't be born with it. It's the work. But Deshaun Watson, you heard that he's suspended for 11 games, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now, I think how many ladies was like 20 different women, something like that?
20 plus.
Not one proof.
Crazy.
Or the word of mouth.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
No proof.
That's crazy. Not one proof.
Meanwhile, R. Kelly, there is proof, and people still celebrate him. I'm leave that alone. But Deshaun, I'm gonna have to do a whole video on Deshaun Watson because I think it's very important for men to understand. In 2022, you cannot have multiple women. Listen, that thing with having multiple women just out there is over. If
America? Oh no, in America.
If you want to live that bachelor lifestyle and you have the money like that, you need to have your selected few, and there needs to be document. Kevin Samuels spoke on this. There needs to be documents signed, and you just run through your same group of women. You can't that thing of just smashing and just get. I think that's over. This is he's suspended. I think he has the largest fine in NFL history, $5 million, and he's not going to have no endorsements.
He can never get another endorsement. Yes, as far as but that's. I think, like I said personally, this is my personal opinion. I really believe if you want to have a roster, America is no longer the roster. We still kind of think it antiquated. I don't think you can have a roster in America anymore. You can't date multiple women in America.
There's too much of them looking for an easy way out. Too many easy way out. We got George Foreman, a woman saying that he sexually took advantage of her. George Foreman's in the 70s, bro. 40 years ago, he took advantage. So it's just word of mouth.
But see, that's when you talk about that contract. This is why I say you have to make a conscious decision. Are you willing for something like that to take place? Because it only is going to get worse. So
40 years ago, bro, could you
crazy.
imagine? I'm pushing 40. Could you? I lost my virginity when I was 19. Could you imagine that woman coming out and saying that I did something to her? I have no proof. What proof am I gonna? I don't even have text messages. Like, I don't have no proof that we had a relation.
Yeah,
just word of mouth.
It's word of mouth.
So, if that person will use word of mouth, they'll probably shut down my Instagram, my YouTube, which is nothing, but it's something to me, and just for word of mouth. It's weird to me, bro. It's really weird to me. So I found this question to be very, and I'm gonna have to this question actually, when I have a panel of ladies, I'm gonna ask them. A lot of women they're really jealous of, they don't want their man checking out another woman, liking another woman picture. But the woman that they're liking or looking at is them, in a sense. It's another woman that has a man that she don't want her man looking at a woman like her on the internet. It makes no.
It's a crazy dynamic, and I say overall, long term, if when that type of situation arises, it's and this is a lot of the social media age has changed society forever. We're never going backwards. It's only going to become more of whatever it already is. As the younger generations get more, acclimated and stuff like that, I really believe that situation, they're not even want you to have an Instagram in the future as a man if you're dealing with them. I really believe that's going to be the case. I don't know. And the way simps are today, the simp is only getting worse. They're basically going polar opposite, so they're only getting worse in both directions. I can see a man not having any social media, knowing that's how you can make money or create things for yourself, opportunities for yourself. I can see men not even having those things in the future solely because he's going to be enamored with this woman that he's going to be dealing with.
Titanium says women know how to compete for men but don't want to. I have seen women do some scandalous stuff to get a man they want. Yes, women do. Listen, listen. Even the black women in America, they know exactly what they need to do to get a man. But this thing they're very rebellious. Right now, we're living in a day and age where it's just they're just rebelling. It's just, well, I think Black America is just very big on rebellion against the law, whatever. Rebel. They wanted to defund the police so bad. They defunded it, and now we have an extreme surge of crime. So,
that don't even make sense. Once again, do you feel safe in America?
No.
It doesn't even make sense. So not only do you not feel safe, but then the woman that you're dealing with is giving you these type of issues.
Yeah, man. You get in an argument with a woman, and I've seen countless of videos, and I've heard stories. She'll get her brother. You get an argument, and he takes it to the next level. And
you heard about the bodega incident, right? I'm pretty sure you in New York. You in New York, so you heard about the bodega incident with the guy getting stabbed and everything. Pretty sure that was big news in New York, especially. Those type of situations. If you're a man and you're dealing with women on that level, you're only getting yourself in more dangerous situations that don't need to happen, because they're only getting more bold. If they feel disrespected, they're not even going to handle it themselves. They're coming because you're her simp. You're her simp. She needs you to simp.
Simp enforcer. Yep.
So she's going to come simp.
So that was a big thing. Another thing with McDonald's. I'm not sure if you heard about McDonald's in Brooklyn. A woman came there. Her French fry was cold. So she FaceTimed her son. Her son came down there, told one of the workers to come outside and shot him. I think he shot him in the face, and that guy died. So the mom got her son to come. But this is my problem. I call these women bastard breeders. I think single mothers, baby mothers, not single mothers. There's a difference between a single mother and a baby mother. A single mother is a woman that had a child from a man. It just didn't work out, but she's handling her business. Her kid's not running dope in and out of her house. Her kid didn't go shoot up the fucking block and come home, put his guns in the drawer. That's a bastard breeder, which is a baby mama. These bitches will have kids. A lot of the trap houses are Section 8 filled. So a woman will have her son. He's causing all this terror. And then at the end of the day, or 2:00 in the morning, he goes home to her, puts his guns and shit and drugs inside the drawer. How is that possible? She has no idea what's happening. Yeah. But let me ask you about this, right? That's a whole, listen, I'll be going on a whole tangent, but
I understand. It's a lot.
Yeah, I really believe I believe that the devil has been replaced with single mothers. Baby mothers are worse than the devil, especially when it comes to black, especially when it comes to black urban communities, because a lot of the crime 70% of prison filled are black people, black men. 70% of prison are black men, and most of those black men are raised by single mothers. Most of we have mass shootings on a daily basis in urban communities. Mass shooting. I know people like to talk about the white people, but black urban communities is mass shootings daily. Those kids are what? Single mothers. So single mothers cause the most damage, I believe, in America. Baby mothers are worse than the devil. The devil had to retire because the baby mothers have done more evil. The baby mothers is what keep people from getting to know Jesus. They don't even have enough fucking time. So
I believe that. I believe the baby mom dynamic is a big issue in America, but in the world, everything that we see happening is I believe is going across the world in its own little spaces. But America is it's the big baller brand. It's everything on steroids. And this happens to all cultures, all communities in America, but everything is big in the black community. But when it comes to those situations, that's why I say that black men, if you really want to if you're serious about life, you gotta leave the country. Because while you could be doing everything right as a black man, and then you run into one of those type of people. What happens next? And like I said, I'm projecting projections. We're not even talking about current day. What about 2030? When all the kids that was born in 2010 and 20? What about all the kids that's born through the pandemic by 2040? What are they gonna be like? Projection wise, it's not looking good. America is a cesspool of what you just named. Because it's reinforced. Mind you, nobody's saying it. You said Andrew Tate got banned for even talk. I don't even think he did have some crazy rhetoric on some things, but overall he was a cool guy. And he got banned. So you can't, and that's present day. So what happens 20 years from now? What kind of content is even gonna be allowed 20 years from now? What type of topics gonna be able to discuss? The question you have right here are what type of should a man look in the mirror for mentoring or look at other men? This is why I believe today is a blessing for men to have channels like ours and others like Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels helped a lot of dudes out. I'm not saying everything he said was 100%, but it doesn't have to be. It's about information. You get information just like you do. You read one book. All right, that book was a great book. I read another book. That book was also a great book. You read these books. Every person, this information age where you talking to multiple people, you discussing multiple topics, it's you getting information and understanding how to avoid situations that you don't have to presently deal with yourself. I don't have to go out here and shoot somebody or stab somebody because of an altercation that my significant other had with this person, and so on and so forth. Because now I've already seen a situation of how that played out. In the past, it was either newspapers, word of mouth. And if you didn't get it from those two avenues, you just never got it. And you just had to kind of wing it out here. But nowadays, you have the ability to go, oh, wow, I saw this story that my man he was reacting to, and I saw how that event played out. I'm going to take a different alternate route. Or I saw my man's, he said, he had 10 children from 4 different women. He thought he could play the system. Now the man is homeless. I know that's not the route I want to go. All these different things you can look at to go, and you can compare and contrast, and you can go, okay, cool. I know how to move. That to me is guidance from other men. And I think it's a combination. I would say if we had to give it percentages, I'd say it's 60%. You look in the mirror, because at the end of the day, it's all up to you. I mean, if you didn't want to create this YouTube channel you got, it would never be created. That's like it would never be here. We wouldn't be having this conversation. Vice versa. It's up to us, to make this type of content. To me, looking at your email, wanting to go, hey, it's cool, let's talk. That's the man in the mirror. Then it's the other 40% to me where you go and you're doing the research, you're looking at other people's situations, because all another man's guidance to me is just you doing research, looking at how people are doing things, how they're moving, and you becoming a better person in general. That's how I see it personally.
Also thing too I want to clear up is that I think no, I know that shout out to Kevin Samuels, man. God bless his soul. I didn't really appreciate his live stream. I used to just watch when a woman come on there and he could just have a dialogue with her, and we could see it in real time. Even with talking to a man like Kevin Samuels, they're still delusional. They still show up in bonnets and shit. They don't give a fuck. They don't care, right? And even he talked about women will have hair, but they'll show up, they'll get fake hair, but it's not even their type of texture. Blonde wigs, but you complain about white women wearing cornrows. You got their hair on, but shout out, God bless Kevin Samuels. I am really enjoying his content. I'm looking at his content. I'm enjoying it. Definitely don't want to I don't want to get the imposter syndrome where you're basically mimicking someone else or copying off of him. But you could tell he read a lot of different. You want to say something?
I want to say something about that, and this is important. And this is why I say, to me, it's equivalent to you. Like I said, you're a sports fan, so you understand the concepts that I'm talking about. Ginobili was the first person to do the Euro step, right? First person to bring it to the NBA. Everybody went in the summer and said that move is super effective. Let's utilize it and let's add it to our game. Now you're still improving, but you're adding things to your game. This is, to me, we need to be. I don't even want you to look at it like you see greatness. Kobe copied Jordan, and he's considered top 5. Some people consider Kobe the GOAT. Don't be. To me, I think it's very. If you respect greatness, you copy greatness. Now, copying greatness may mean you shift a couple things here and there, but overall you're inspired. I don't even want to say copy. You're inspired by it. It helps you, it motivates you, and you take things from it to incorporate into what you're trying to do. Overall, that's just my opinion. So when I see people like Kevin Samuels and people like when he died, because I watched Kevin Samuels before the pandemic happened. So I watched Kevin Samuels when it was 2018, 2019. I watched Red Pill content when it was 2018, 2019.
You was watching when he was talking to men, right?
Yeah, when he was in his car.
Oh,
when he had 30,000 subs. I watched the Anthony Spade when he had 15,000, 10,000 subs.
Oh shit! Wow.
What's his name? I can't. Minister Jack when he had 3,000, 5,000 subs. I was watching these guys way before any of the content and stuff that they was talking about. But I said these guys are talking about stuff that I can see a lot of men, seeing in the future, because I saw the dynamic of how our woman was moving. How our woman was not just black women, just the society in general. Because
I think it's American women, period. I don't think it's just color anymore. The white women are the ones. Yep.
Exactly. MGTOW and all those different movements. I watched those in the past, and I was like, okay, I see the reasons why. Because originally MGTOW, and I think MGTOW still keeps these core tenets, is about men going their own way, growing, becoming their best self. Building the things that they need to build to become their best self. Those things, to me, is what attracted a lot of men. Now, relatively recently, a lot of it has become more so PUA, how to get a female's attraction, things of that nature. But this is why I came back, because I stopped making YouTube for like a year, because I was seeing how the whole dynamic was. I was like, I don't know if I want to continue talking about this stuff if we're going to be talking about only female attraction, when you shouldn't be worried about female attraction, because in America it doesn't matter if the woman you're attracting in America is attracted to you, you have a problem on your hands. I know it seems like it's a good problem, but it's not a good problem. If you're attracting a Brittany Renner, that's a problem.
That's a huge problem.
The problem.
That's not even a problem. That's beyond. I don't even know what to call that.
Exactly, it's a problem. You will have to figure out, why am I attracting a Brittany Renner? Out of all the females that I could be getting, why am I attracting this one? So when I first got into these spaces, I always was like Lapeef Network. I remember Lapeef Network when they had thousands of subs, when they still had, I forgot the lady's name, but they had a huge dispute, big argument with her. They had to kick her off the show. I remember all that stuff when it was in its grassroots. And I said, you know what, if I make a channel, I'm going to bring it back to not only do you as a man, but understand certain things about women, but then focus on you as a man and understand that you're a 1% man. I don't want you, because that's really what's stressing out a lot of men today, is they don't understand their value. And that's one thing that Kevin Samuels really preached, was you are valuable. Even if you're not the top 1%, you're still a valuable. He had his Henrys, I forgot all the levels he had, but he had his levels. But he said, listen, you might not be able to get to 100, but you can still be able to maneuver and get to this, this 60, 70 range. And that's a good range. That's a great range. Not even good. That's a great range. So you can still be able to do what you do. But I believe nowadays, I think it's very important that, especially moving forward, like I said, I'm always about projecting. I want to think about the future. That's one of the gifts given to you by God, is your ability to lead towards the future. The woman mostly doesn't know how to, she just comes and incubates whatever it is. So the society we have at large, they uplift the matriarchy, point of view, the feminist point of view. She's just going to incubate that. She's going to, be in her energy in that. It's up to the man to go, okay, we need to focus on the future and what's going to be the best for that. So outside of just the woman, because eventually, and this is something that I would tell all brothers, eventually everybody's going to ask for solutions, because you don't want to just keep talking about a problem. You want to ask for solutions. What is the solution to this problem that I have? What can I do about this woman in America? And the sad truth is, there's nothing you can do. On average, not all of them. You're going to have your pockets, you're small. But once again, like I said, all men want that one. The man that's a millionaire, he wants the same woman that you want, which is okay. It's okay. It's okay, because you're still 1% on earth. That's a blessing in itself. So you can go overseas. Like you said, you might have to do with her parents or whatever, but that's cool. I have no problem talking. At least I know she has good morals, good things that come with that. All right, cool. I meet your parents. They probably gonna love you. You're American. They're gonna fall in love with you. So you're gonna be cool. A lot of things you gotta think about in the future. But yeah, I don't want people to think about copying brothers. I think you on the right path of, you take inspiration from it.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it's a huge. Listen, I'm sorry, the way things are going. You even have Tyler Perry doing movies that men ain't shit. No, black men ain't shit. But I think it's really important for men not to, like fresh and fit and stuff like that. Do all this to get women. But it's like that's a huge waste of time.
Yes, huge.
You're spending all this time trying to build yourself up to get. And when you build yourself up to get these women, the type of woman you're attracting is not the ones you should be having children with. Yeah. Fresh and fit is gonna slip up. If they get one of those bitches pregnant, it's over, yo. It's fucking over, bro. It's over for them. It's over. It's gonna be fucking over. God forbid. And fresh and fit, the way they have their thing set up, I'm not sure about it. I'm not wishing, but that's a fucking Me Too movement waiting to happen, bro. Come on, the way they be moving,
they can't be hope. But this is a learning process for them. They haven't been in that. They haven't been at the top for long.
But it's crazy, bro. It's really out of hand.
I think over time, though, they'll understand more of their role at the top, to understand. Okay, we can't move like we was when we was. They're still learning things. But overall, I think. Fresh and fit. I think all men in the space will eventually start tilting towards traveling overseas. Because it's going to become global. The economy is going to become global. You're not even going to be talking about just Americans. You don't even have to sell things to just Americans.
And I think also there's going to be a platform that's going to come out. A platform, because there's a lot of different platforms out there, Twitch, but I don't feel like it's catering to the type of content we provide. It's not so. But what I plan on doing is a stream I'm going to do is that I may title it 5 ways to know the difference between salt and sugar. You know, salt and sugar look just alike. If you put both of them in front, can you tell the difference? I don't think I can.
It's tough. You would have to taste it.
But that's the thing you don't want to do though.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't want to pour salt. You don't want to pour salt in your cereal to find out, and then taste it to find out. Because what happens? The whole bowl. Now you can go through your marriage.
That's true. That's a good point.
You can go through your marriage eating that whole cereal, suffering.
No, the analogy to me is you eat that bowl. The real reality is that's your only bowl of cereal. And if that's your only bowl of cereal, and you put salt in it, it's a wrap. You no longer have no food. That's the reality. The bowl is your resources. If you get salt in your resources and that resources become sour, you no longer have resources now. And now as a man, your resources is the lifeblood of your energy, meaning without resources, your vision cannot become materialized. Whatever you're trying to do on this earth. So that's a big deal. But I really think in the future, a lot of men are going to start talking about moving more with a purpose of trying to go overseas or trying to set up I'm pretty sure you've heard of semen retention, monk mode, all those type of things.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot of men are going to be going towards that to focus on getting money, focus on not retaining their seed, and then traveling. I think that's gonna be a big thing.
But with Zoom, I haven't tuned in with him lately. But when I did watch him a few months ago, there's just so many content creators. I'm not discrediting him. There's so many content creators. So and I'm trying to do my own shit. What he's trying to set up is like, what do they call it, a concierge? He's gonna be something like that.
Concierge with dating and stuff like that.
Yeah. So what he's gonna set up, I think it's gonna be fucking crazy, bro. And it's not. I don't think he's gonna be so much for just hooking up. Maybe not married, but like you coming over here, you're finding someone that you're gonna be. That's your person. It's gonna be, if and then imagine he does that, and then imagine, because a lot of these women are not just fucking stupid. They're educated. They speak. When you speak English in third world countries, you actually have a better opportunity.
Oh yeah,
than a lot of people. So learning the language, you get a lot of. So there's women over there that they fucking speak. They probably can't understand your jokes, because they don't understand the culture. But they can understand what the fuck you're saying. And imagine me and you are single, right? We're talking blah blah blah, and we say fuck it, let's be serious. And he has that service going on where we can go over there. We'll go to places where we won't get robbed. We're square. Let's say we're squares. But we want to go over there. We're not trying to get drunk and all that dumb shit. We go over there, so we're gonna go places where we're not gonna get robbed. Honestly, we're not gonna get fucking robbed. The women are somewhat reliable. We go and we have a good time. We come back like, damn, that was a really good time. Another single guy. Y'all really went there? Y'all fucking went there? And then boom. And then the next time we come back, because you got to do it a few times to come back. Just look for just having fun, whatever. And and then it's gonna be like, hold on, you know what? We're all working from home. Let's stay down there for 3 weeks. Let's stay down there for 2 months. And then will happen that you're gonna have 10 guys going down there to his service, and you're basically what you're doing. You're building somewhat of a community. So safety is already off. You're already see. Once you make things safe for people are more likely to go. But dilemma, even in America, late at night, I don't want to walk outside late at night. Why? It's fucking crazy out here.
One of the things that Kevin Samuels always talked about when it came to high value men, and this is why it was always important to me that the concept of the high value man to me applied to all American men, because I'm thinking about it from a global perspective. You're high value globally, so it still applies to you. Because when it comes to you going out here, he always talked about having connections. So where now you have connections, you have a circle, you have the ability to make a community. You can maybe go into business, all these different things, setting up businesses in different countries. These are things that really, to be honest, is only really a plausible thing for Americans or first world people in general. You're not seeing a dude from China on average setting up other businesses in other countries. On average, unless they're already in the top for 1% of Chinese people. This goes to all countries. So as an American, when you bring in that income to start a business over there in Thailand, might only cost you 10,000 to have a nice setup. Might only cost you 10,000 to be able to have an Airbnb in Thailand. Might only cost you $400, $300 to start, and you can charge dudes $10 a night, $15 a night, and that adds up when people are rotating in. You know what I'm saying? So when these things happen, I really believe long term. And this is why I say the pioneers, the dudes who take the first blunt, like you said, the dudes that made the vines, those people, you see how it's benefiting them today currently. I think the same principle applies to people talking about these type of things, because I really believe dating is pretty much outside of maybe your occupation, and even then, I might even put it above your occupation. Dating is number one or two of how important it is in your life. How you move in relationships with your significant others, be it 1, 2, 3 partners, whatever the case may be, is such an important factor. That's why you got people paying the Lucarios of the world, $5,000 for a consultation. To me personally, that's insane. But because why would I pay for that when there's no such thing as game? That's all based off the idea, like I said, the woman is a child on average. Okay, she's a child. So if I have to play a game, that means I'm playing like a child. I'm playing with a child. When you eliminate that, you're not playing games. You know what you want. Like you said, you meet her parents. They know what they want. Like, because this is how it used to be. Courting. There was no such thing as dating.
Dating is the exercise of a breakup.
Yeah, dating to me is just basically you just linking up. Y'all just hooking up, Netflixing and chill. That's really all it is. Especially today, modern day dating is just Netflixing and chilling. I've never been on a date, bro.
No dates.
Never. Every girl I've smashed in my lifetime, I've gotten access without going on dates. And this is why I say to me, I tell men, I want you to. This is how I really want to do, because I understand. While I didn't have to take this woman on a date, she's gonna make you take her on a date because she feels some type of way about the dudes in her past, be it me or some other guys. It doesn't matter. Not taking her on dates or whatever the case may be. And now the dynamic of how you're dealing with this woman is different. It's a whole different. Why was you able to smash without taking her on a date, and I have to take her on a date now? That doesn't make any sense. When it should be equal across the board, it should be a standard. Overseas, there's a standard. You take her out to dinner. You're pretty much gonna be okay. But there's also an understanding that if this dude asks you out to date on a dinner date or whatever the case may be, and you accept his request or his invitation, you have to give out. She already understands it's in the culture that you don't take without giving out. Only in America do we have a culture set up which is you can take and then you don't have to give. Mm-hmm. That's a principle that overall, and the crazy thing is, you give they pick and choose who they give it to and who they don't give it to.
Exactly.
I've never been on a date. I'm 28 years old. I've never been on a date.
Let me address Talia. To find a difference between salt and sugar, you read the package. Learn how to read the woman. Well, a lot of these women out here, they don't even have the read the package. They're out. They're not even a package anymore. Meaning what? Several fucking kids, damaged, multiple, a lot of bodies. So they're not even a package anymore. They're just out there on the fucking table. And black men are still saying the salt and the sugar is out there on the table. No instructions, nothing. And black men are still saying, yeah, we'll accept you. Just be kind. And black women are saying, oh, I'm pretty sure you heard him. Well, I'm not being nice to you. You're soft. You're a pussy. So, but titanium, the thing about it is that we don't have a long way to go. You don't anywhere outside of the United States, the island itself, women are very much very submissive. Now, you don't need your passport to go to a lot. There's several islands that is part of the U.S. You don't need your passport to go to. Puerto Rico is one of them. St. Thomas, very submissive woman over there. St. John's, hold up, St. John's, St. Croix, another one. Hold on, wait. There's like probably. Did I say St. Thomas already? St. Juan, that's Puerto Rico. Key West. And there's several other islands that you don't need a passport for that you definitely can find a submissive woman than being in the direct continent of the United States, of America. Even Canada is fucking whacked out, But yeah, man, listen, I highly appreciate you, man. That salt versus sugar thing. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a panel of that. Have you ever been on a panel before?
No.
Okay. So I don't know if I'm gonna do a panel of that. I don't know if I can put that. I'm trying to think of how can the salt, sugar. I gotta do that. I'm pretty sure there's some people do some articles about it, but I haven't seen someone do an actual video about that. You gotta figure out how to put that. And I gotta do it quick because I already spoke on it, so someone's gonna try to snag it, which is fine. But I just want to be the first one to put it out there. Brother, listen, man, I highly appreciate you coming on. Hopefully you can come back. We're probably going to have a panel next week, or if you want to do another one-on-one. But as we'll close down, is there anything you want to share with the people?
Just like I said, man, check out the content. A lot of stuff is popping off faster than I thought it was, but it's just part of the nature of YouTube and the algorithm. Check out the content though. Support guys that's in this space because got Andrew Tate. I didn't even know about him getting acts from Instagram and Facebook. But luckily we don't know long term what YouTube is on. But I think YouTube is gonna be the last frontier kind of. Because if you bring in views, you bring in views. YouTube's pretty cut and dry when it comes to that. I mean, they promoted Kevin Samuels. I mean, he pretty much was doing the same thing Andrew Tate was doing in different variations. Because Andrew Tate to me is over the top, but Kevin Samuels is what Kevin Samuels was, which made him great. Yeah, just check out the content and support like-minded brothers. I appreciate it.
Listen, Titanium, I highly appreciate you moderating, man. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Don't forget, go to that link, go to his YouTube channel, subscribe, man. Roberta, what up, man? Roberta says, I like women in Canada. All right, I get you, but listen, man, I highly appreciate everyone coming on. We're definitely going to close out right now. Let me see if there's anyone else. I appreciate everyone watching. Thank you. We're going to, I got some other stuff coming up that I think is going to be, I'm going to enjoy the content. And it's not just going to be about dating, relationships, mostly about really just improvement as men. But I think that the Black culture when it comes to dating, relationship is really bad. You'll have a man, someone, yeah, fuck these hoes and these bitches. And then you see one guy doing all this rapping and you got 20 bitches there shaking their ass. But when men come on platforms to speak on it, why don't you do something really manly? But y'all complain that men don't communicate enough. Now we're communicating. Fuck it. And that's why men need to just do what's best for them. Stop trying to do better. Stop trying to better yourself to get a woman. Even in America, when you better yourself and you're networking, these women are going to come. They're going to listen. They're going to come. Women are going to come around because they want a husband too. The woman that want a husband, they're going to be looking for you. And they're going to give you a notification, like some sort of hint. Hey, bring your ass over here and come talk to me. But just better yourself just for yourself. And then, now if you get to a point where you feel like you haven't met someone and you want a wife or whatever, then you can start pursuing. But there's a way to do about that. This whole, I personally don't think, if she's on social media a lot and she don't have a business or all she do is post a lot of selfies and stuff, half naked, But listen, man, I appreciate everyone coming on. Let me see if anyone's saying anything else. Listen, brother, I highly appreciate you, Tali. I hope you continue to feel better, and then we'll go from there. All right, brother. I'll send you I'll send you an email.
I got you, brother.
All right, thanks a lot for coming on, man. All right, good night,
I appreciate
everyone.
it.
All right.
What are you doing here? The movie's over.
It's over. Go home.